What is good? What is good? Can y'all hear me? Hold up. Hold up. I'm in the room today. I'm watching these fights. For right now. I'm watching these fights. Hold up. Salutes. Salute. Y'all got the party going though. Salute to all things in the building. What is good with you, sir? Definitely appreciate you for coming through. King, first one in the building. What is good with you? Tom Nanny up. What is good with you, King? Definitely appreciate you for coming through. Definitely appreciate you for coming through. He says, salute to Ashley in the chat. Salute to you. Definitely appreciate you in the super chat, King. Definitely appreciate you. I need to get this this up and going and get my music and all my theatrics and all of that going. Get it going again. Salute to you, Big Mike Biggs Boxing is in the building. What is good with you? Dude coming out looking like a shiny action figure. Okay. Chop chop. Let's go. Machiavelli in the house. What is good with you? Salute, salute, salute. We're gonna get into this boxing talk. Y'all already know. It's gonna be we're gonna deep dive talking about Teo and Shakur fight. No bias. No bias. No bias. All right. Salute to you, Act. What is good with you, Shadow 979? Hope all is well with you. Yeah, Merry New Year to you too, sir. Definitely appreciate you for coming through. For sure. Listen. Listen. I really wanted to see the fight that was going to take place at first with Amanda Serrano, but I see that ain't going to happen. You feel me? I see that's not going to happen. So this fight with Tellez, it's like Tellez is taking this fight on 2 weeks' notice, and at the same time, hold on, that's what I forgot to do. And at the same time, she missed weight. She didn't miss about a lot. It was about like 0.6. She was supposed to weigh in at 126 or under that. And I believe she's fought at a lower weight class. She's fought at like 122 for real. Just like Amanda Serrano. So her missing weight, to me, is just due to her it being a 2 weeks notice. You know what I'm saying? So even if she wins, she don't get whatever titles that's on the line, of course. But she's an all right fighter. You know what I mean? She's not really a bad fighter, for real. But and it could be a hard fight if Amanda Serrano is just throwing punches and just coming forward and not paying attention to what's going on. She can get set up and countered a lot in this fight. You feel me? But this is Amanda Serrano's bigger than her, longer than her. You know, she's got a better reach. She got better feet. Well, I don't know about that. She got better hand speed. I know that much. And Amanda Serrano got good body work. If she worked to the body on this girl's midsection, because she a little big in the midsection anyway, when she do make weight, you feel me? So, damn, where is this at? So, this is Amanda Serrano can win this fight, but it definitely can be difficult if she doesn't take her time with this chick. She can't sleep on her whatsoever. This fight haven't started yet. They still in the ring looking at each other. I think they're about to ring the bell finally. Jeez. Round one, fight. This is the prelims for anybody that don't know what I'm about to be calling. This is the Zone's MVP fight night card. Amanda Serrano versus what's her name? Tellez. Right now it's Chaparro. Ed versus Lila is fighting right now. I ain't doing nothing but jabbing. It's the first round. Nothing but jabbing, jabbing. Damn, yo, hold on. I gotta find this website. I just had it up. Salute, J man. What is good with you, sir? Definitely appreciate you for coming in. And jab to the midsection. They taking their time for real. And they just doing it, just jabbing about okay. Jump with a lead left hook that he definitely blocked. The dude Lila or whatever fights like he throws his punches like Conceição. It's kind of whack, for real, for real. Both are Americans with the white blue color. Chop Chop looked like he got a better jab, better awareness in the ring. They not really doing that much. Yeah, Lila throwing his punches like he, trying to get somebody up off of him, but yeah, he caught that and got hit with that left hook. Jab that got in. Chop Chop. Oh, Chop Chop like he winning this fight kind of easy. Easy work. Easy work. It's just the first round. Ain't much going on. Okay. Finally found this joint. Now I can focus. Hold on. This shit is dry. This fight is dry, so I'm not about to even pay attention to it no more. It's dry. Joint is dry. Okay. So, wait. Let me get out of here. Because I'm not calling this fight no more. Shit dry. I knew this card was going to, the undercard, the prelims was going to be kind of dry, though. I knew it. Hold on. I thought it'd be doing the most. What is this? Oh. Oh. All right. All right. Screw that fight. Screw that card. Screw that card. Screw that card. Screw that card. Oh yeah. I'll watch that card when the main event starts. Main event starts at like 7:30, so we got mad time. I wanted to shoot. I should go back in there and call the NFL game. Real talk. But I have to admit, when I heard about the Anthony Joshua thing and him getting a car accident, I immediately was like, that's odd. That's odd for him to automatically get in a car accident right after that shit. And then in Africa, when I heard it was in Africa, I was like, maybe it's just an honest accident. And it's, bad things happen to good people. Maybe. But then I heard that the two people that died, one was his trainer and the other one was a friend of his. And the other one was a friend of his. Hold on. Some light up in him. The other one was a friend of his. So I'm like, okay, so it's a bad tragedy. Because at first they were just saying that he got out. It was, an accident. 2 people passed away and he got out with minor injuries. I wasn't thinking that I thought the 2 people that passed away could have been people in the other car since they wasn't named. But later on, they were named to be people that was in the car with him. And where it was looking like he was sitting was in the middle of the back seat. Everybody knows that's like the safest place to sit is in the middle of the back seat. Because if anything happens to the front 2 seats and it comes back, you can get your legs crushed or whatever the case may be. It's not really the same for the person sitting in the middle. And it looked like that's where he was sitting when the car accident actually happened. But now they're trying to say the driver that was driving AJ's car is supposedly on the run right now after questioning. I don't know how true that is, but for somebody to get in that type of horrific car accident, like for real, like I don't know because I'm not rich, but me thinking if I was rich, why am I driving crazy, erratic speed, all of that? Like, why is any of that shit going on? And if the driver was doing something intentionally, then AJ would have known about it. So this is something that probably he was doing on the low and then just ran into some shit going high speed or something like that. I have no idea. But we need more information on what exactly happened in the car accident. You feel me? Like, was AJ asleep and not knowing what was everybody asleep in the car and y'all didn't know? Because I mean, it is Africa. Y'all could have been asleep after the flight and y'all could have just been in the car sleeping. I mean, who knows? But it's weird as hell for it to happen that fast. And then in Africa, when he's trying to see his family, and then he took two of his friends that's part of his team to go see his family in Africa. That's crazy. Like, it's horrible. It's horrible news. Salute to you, William Old School. What is good with you, sir? Definitely appreciate you for coming in. Happy New Year to you. Salute PGH Big Dog. What is good with you, sir? Definitely appreciate you for coming through these. And didn't y'all think that was kind of weird that AJ just slammed immediately, like just right after getting all that money? He go back to like his roots because that's where his parents is from. His parents is African from Africa. So, and I don't know if y'all know, Anthony Joshua got like 5 names. His name is long and blackish as a mother. His name is African. It really is. Anthony Joshua is just a short name he goes by. His name is very long. Just being real. Got like 5 names. But okay. Let's talk some boxing about this fight. I really wanna dive in about this fight. I want to get through a couple of other things. I'm dying to talk about Teofimo and Shakur Stevenson. I'm gonna drop the link. I want to talk about one other thing first. Where's it at? I forgot. I knew I was saying. Yeah.
Being disrespectful, bro, and I bet a lot. January 31st, I'm gonna look great, God willing, and in the future, we going big.
Meantime, Richardson Hitchens, I'm not going to get off the Hitchens thing, has said you talk more than you fight and that you, quote, cannot take a punch. Keyshawn, where did that tension start? Why does it sound personal between you two? Come on. I've been doing this a long time, kid. Let's go.
Africa need to freaking stop smelling himself.
Right.
For real. He need to relax. Africa, I realized Africa went pro at 2016. I was still amateur at 2016. I didn't go pro to 2021. Now,
Salute to you, Jose Diaz. What is good with you? Those were some strange situations. I'm telling you. I heard he was in the back seat. Yeah, he was in the. It looked like he was in the middle, for real, of the back seat. Salute to you, Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. What is good with you? Salute to you, old. Salute to you, young man. Hold up. Thought she was. There's a lot of places in Cuba that I know not to go to. So you think he was in a bad place in Africa? That's why that happened. Why would they? Why would his driver be on the run? If that's even true. Salute to you, Thomas. What is good with you, Bronx in the building? Happy New Year to you too, sir. Definitely appreciate you for coming through. Hold on. Gotta keep it real with this. I gotta keep it real with this video, this interview, what he said, man. Man. I gotta keep it real, man. Say it again.
Time, kid. Let's go.
Africa need to freaking stop smelling himself.
Right.
For real. He need to relax. Africa, I realized Africa went pro at 2016. I was still amateur at 2016. I ain't go pro to 20.
Yo, that right there, I don't like that energy. That's the same energy that he kept saying. I'm only 6-0. I'm only 7-0. I'm only 8-0, but still saying that he want to do this, that, and still talking the way he talking. Like that's that same energy right there. I don't like that energy.
21. Now, Africa need to freaking stop smelling himself.
Right.
For real. He need to relax. Africa.
And how is Africa smelling itself because he want to fight you? Excuse me, for real. A lot of people would say that's a downgrade from what Africa should be doing, and that's getting unification fights at his weight class at 140, not trying to fight somebody that hasn't had a fight in a weight class yet. Think very high of himself.
I realized Africa went pro at 2016. I was still amateur at 2016. I ain't go.
Okay, he went pro in 2017. And for him to be saying stop smelling yourself and all this other stuff and relax, it's fighters that he's disrespect that started their pro debut before 2016. Like Tank Davis, he started his in 2013. But he has selective outrage, I'm telling you.
Pro to 2021. Now, I'm not even really trying to fight for your belt. Trying to go on 140. Like, Africa, you need to relax and stop disrespecting, bro. Like, it's one thing to talk trash, but bro, we all fighters. We all come from the same type of areas. Just stop being disrespectful, bro. Show people respect. Stop throwing business out there on Twitter. Like, just talk boxing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of narratives in boxing don't be about boxing. And I feel like he's one of the fighters that don't talk boxing, you know?
So he's saying Richardson Hitchens don't talk boxing. Richardson Hitchens does talk boxing. He ain't nothing but a straight up boxer. Like he ain't a boxer, puncher, slugger, nothing like that. He been fighting himself all the way up 20 some fights or 30 fights or whatever. And he's a champion. What do you mean he doesn't talk boxing? Like listen to what Keyshawn is saying. And he's saying this strictly because he was in his face, like talking trash. But come on, Keyshawn, you getting people face and talk trash ain't the first time. It's just a different person. But you held your own to a certain degree when you were talking, when y'all were face to face in front of the cameras. It looked like you were enjoying it. The way you were smiling and turning your back and making fun of what he was saying. And you got a picture of a close-up of you making Richard Hitchens make a face on your IG page. Like, what's wrong? Like, why do Richardson Hitchens need to chill? Why is he smelling himself just because he's defending himself when you talk trash about him? Because this ain't the first time you said some shit about Richardson Hitchens. It's not. And I already made a long video with you, shorts with you saying that you don't like the motherfucker 2-3 years ago on camera. You think he didn't know that you didn't like him? You said you didn't like him, and you said it was your fault. I shouldn't have said that I didn't like him. Okay, what's done is done. Like you, what's going on? Y'all sparred each other, right? Little piece of the sparring came out. You was talking like it wasn't nothing. Like you put hands on Africa, but the face, it seemed otherwise. Maybe he said he changed, and maybe this is how he changed. He don't want to do this no more. As far as getting in fighters' face and doing okay, but you need to show that energy, and you don't. You don't show that energy. And Andy Cruz is waiting for him. He ain't gonna fight that man. He ain't gonna fight. If he wanted to fight him, he would have immediately fought him for embarrassing him. Andy Cruz was dancing in the camera after beating you while you was talking to the camera. And that joint made it to Chris Rock, made it to Snoop Dogg's show, and Kevin Hart was on, and both of them was making fun of him. That's why a lot of people know you, because of that footage right there. If you knew you could beat him when he got pro and said your name, who cares if he had 3 fights? It's not like you had 12 or nothing like you have a bunch of fights. You would have did that. He ain't gonna fight that man. He don't want to fight him. Salute to you, Maximus Royalty. Definitely appreciate you coming through, King. Hold on. I agree about Africa. I rock with Africa, but you be extra and then don't make fights. Hitchens is a diva. And guess what? Keyshawn is a diva too. Yeah. I agree. Salute to you, Flawless Mentality. What is good with you? Can definitely appreciate you for coming through. Say New Year's blessings. New Year's blessings to you too. Hold up. Listen to your boy. Listen to your boy one more time.
At 2016, I ain't go pro to 2021. Now I'm back.
Just to say that.
Come on.
Just because he was in your.
I've been doing this a long time, kid. Let's go.
Africa need to freaking stop smelling himself.
Right.
For real. He need to relax. Africa, I realized Africa went pro at 2016. I was still amateur at 2016. I ain't go pro to 2021. Now I'm not even really trying to fight for your belt. Trying to go in 140. Like Africa, you need to relax and stop disrespecting, bro. Like it's one thing to
stop disrespecting who? Him? Like, can y'all tell me where this energy is coming from? Can y'all tell me what Richardson Hitchens did so bad to make him talk like he got disrespected so bad? What did Richardson Hitchens say? What did I miss? What did I miss? Stop disrespecting. I don't know where he's coming from. I know, like I said, he's disrespect fighters that started before Richardson Hitchens did. Like, I don't see why that's an excuse. I don't see the reason, but it just feels like he want them all to be friends. But you already said you didn't like Richardson Hitchens, so he's like he could talk about you. Shakur said he ain't gonna fight you. He didn't say he's not gonna fight you and Richardson Hitchens. Like, I don't understand where it's coming from. There's something else he said.
talk trash, but bro, we all fighters. We all come from the same type of areas. Just stop being disrespectful, bro. Show people.
All right.
Try to go in 140. Like Africa, you need to relax and stop being.
But yeah, him saying that he's not really trying to fight for the belt. He's trying to go to a different weight class, and Africa should just chill. If that's the case, man, he didn't have that same energy for Abdullah Mason. Abdullah Mason, was trying to fight for a title at 135, and he was moving up or whatever. You had a title at 135. You wasn't gonna make weight. You knew, if you knew you was going to move up to 140, which he's saying that he's gonna skip 140 and move to 147. So why did you get all in Mason shit? Like, why was you disrespectful to Abdullah Mason? Selective outrage.
need to freaking stop smelling himself.
Right.
For real. He need to relax. Africa, I realized Africa went pro at 2016. I was still amateur at 2016. I ain't go pro to 2021. Now I'm not even really trying to fight for your belt. Trying to go on 140. Like Africa, you need to relax and stop disrespecting, bro. Like it's one thing to talk trash, but bro, we all fighters. We all come from the same type of areas. Just
So okay, the same type of areas. You don't come from. Look, I know about Virginia. I know where he's from. It's not that serious. Baltimore's worse than where he's from. Okay, and Richardson Hitchens is from New York. You ain't from that type of area. That's not the same area. I can't even vouch for that. And I know what Virginia's all about. You are not from the area that Richardson Hitchens is from. But I understand what you're saying. If that's what you're saying, you being Virginia, the V and DMV, and Baltimore being right in smack dab in the middle of Maryland, you didn't have that energy for Tank Davis. I'm just saying, you didn't have that energy for Tank Davis. You wasn't like, oh, we all from the same area. We all fighters at the end of the day. I understand talking your stuff, but you should chill. You already know it. I mean, was you smelling yourself? Tank, Javante, knock, knock. You've been tricking the boxing game for too long. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, y'all need to stop that, yo. You, Shakur, Carissa, all of y'all need to stop this shit. Stop it. Abdullah Mason's special. Everybody remember, yeah, he is. Right, they're not from the same place. We're not doing that. Salute to you, Joe the Beast. What is good with you, sir? Definitely appreciate you for coming through.
stop being disrespectful, bro. Show people respect. Stop throwing business out there on Twitter. Like, just talk boxing.
What business? That's what I'm saying. Can you tell me? Tell me, Thomas from the Bronx. What did Africa say on Twitter that was business wise that's making Keyshawn say this shit? What did I miss? Anybody, let me know what I missed. Whatever Africa's doing is making Keyshawn look bad or feel bad. I don't even know what he's doing. It can't be that serious. I don't even know what he's doing.
Narratives in boxing don't be about boxing. And I feel like he's one of the fighters that don't talk boxing, you know. So
now what narratives do Richardson Hitchens push that's not boxing? What he be saying about him that he think it reached all fans and like it's something that happened that he think mentally Keyshawn think everybody knows about it because Richardson Hitchens said it once around him or some shit. I don't know what's going on. It can't be because he said ask Keyshawn if you ever got dropped. And then you put out or somebody put out footage of him getting dropped, of Richardson Hitchens getting dropped in the amateurs. Bro, Richardson Hitchens fought some people in the amateurs, though. Richardson Hitchens, I believe, got dropped by Gary Antoine Russell. Go ahead, you fight Keyshawn. Go ahead, fight him, Keyshawn. You probably get dropped by Gary Antoine Russell. Just real talk. Real talk, you probably get dropped by him for real. Thomas said, I'm not sure. I thought it might be something about Hitchens talking about Keyshawn getting knocked out in sparring, but he said Twitter, so I don't, what is he talking about? This is good with you, Brian King Fulton in the house. What is good with you, King? Definitely appreciate you for coming through. I don't know what he's talking about. What they should do is just sign the contract and fight. It's not rocket science. No, I'm not hearing nothing Key is saying. Key is saying. I remember him bragging about not going pro because the Olympics boxing team gave him an endorsement deal to stay amateur before turning pro. I remember that. Facts, Joe the Beast. Facts. See, and that's the bad thing about not having a PR team and having endless interviews. Because when you're young, like Shakur and Keyshawn, you say too much, and then you end up having a change of heart, or end up facts not being right, or end up being talked or questioned into a spot where you have to defend yourself or flat out lie. That's what's been going on with Keyshawn and Shakur. Shakur for years. But Keyshawn, you got enough footage right now. It's already made a video long. You got enough footage right now that shows that you're contradicting yourself and that you have bias and you have selective outrage and selective hate for certain fighters. You already got it. And kid, where I'm not even talking about Shakur Stevenson. My guy, Frank Martin, said in the interview with Brian Custer, shout out to Brian Custer. He's still the best interviewer. He still give the best interviews, still with the best questions. And his face tells the truth. Even if he can't be like, I don't believe you, boxer, his face be like, you're bullshitting me. And I like it. I love it. I love Brian. Shout out to Brian Custer. But Frank Martin, he said he played what Africa said about Frank Martin. Africa was like, he just got woken up because Tank knocked him out. He said something disrespectful or whatever. Frank Martin was like, no, he said something disrespectful. I don't remember what Keyshawn said. That's what it was. It was Keyshawn. He played something that Keyshawn said about Frank Martin, and he told the truth. Frank Martin was like, Keyshawn got a little something, but he do good against those brawlers, those come forward fighters, but he can't fight no slick fighter or whatever. If that's the case, a boxer like Africa isn't really slick, but the height and the reach in his fight style, I've never seen Frank Martin. I mean, I've never seen Keyshawn have to deal with. And maybe that have a little something to do with the situation. Keyshawn, yeah. Antonio Russell is no joke either. Yeah. But that's the person who, and it was the amateurs. So what? So what? That's years ago. It's better just to stay back and just listen. Hold on. Excuse me.
I feel that.
Like, stop smelling yourself a little bit. I understand we become champion and all that. Like, I understand.
See, he talking like he's little boy and Richardson Hitchin. Like, why are you talking like, man, I understand you just got your title. You know what I mean? I know all the titles I got. It just don't sound right. I don't like the energy behind it. I don't like, and Richard Hitchin ain't gonna like that shit. You gonna tell that New York mofo the way Richard Hitchin been talking to you in your face, like you gonna calm him down with them soft words? It ain't gonna work.
Relax a little bit, bro, and stop being disrespectful, bro. And I bet a lot more opportunities will start coming your way.
No.
And I don't like the way he said that shit either. Like, you know something that he don't know. Is he about to get shut out or something? What you mean? A lot of opportunities is gonna come your way. You still one fight from this mofo. You still one fight from him. And for real, according to you, you didn't steal nothing. According to you, you been knew that you was fighting Jermaine Ortiz. The person that the second option was Richardson Hitchens. It wasn't you. You didn't steal nothing. It seemed like Richardson Hitchens was trying to steal a fight, but not knowing that their first option was you. That's what that means. But yeah, one more time.
Stop smelling himself.
Right.
One more time.
And why does it sound personal between you two? Come on. I've been doing this a long time, kid. Let's go.
Africa need to freaking stop smelling himself.
Yes,
for real. He need to relax. Africa, I realized Africa went pro at 2016. I was still amateur at 2016. I ain't go pro to 2021. Now I'm not even really trying to fight for your belt. I'm trying to go on 140. Like, Africa, you need to relax and stop disrespecting, bro. Like, it's one thing to talk trash, but bro, we all fighters. We all come from the same type of areas. Just stop being disrespectful, bro. Show people respect. Stop throwing business out there on Twitter. Like, just talk boxing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of narratives in boxing don't be about boxing. And I feel like he's one of the fighters that don't talk boxing, you know? So, like, stop smelling yourself a little bit. I understand.
And somebody in the background said, I feel that. When do Richardson Hitchin not talk boxing and it matters to a point all the way to another fighter talking about it in an interview? What are y'all talking about? You act like Richardson Hitchin is telling your business, like who you dated and that you dressed whack in high school or some shit. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? He's not talking nothing. Like, I don't even. Is Richardson Hitchin page that damn big? That's crazy. You acting like he Tank Davis. And everything he tweet, people talk about. Bro, I don't know what you're talking about. And nobody's made a video about Richardson Hitchin putting anybody on blast about their life or who they are as a person that didn't have to do with boxing. Like, what are we talking about? Hold on, where is it at? 19. Damn.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it.
In the palm of their hand. We've talked about Hector Camacho earlier in the show, who was their fastest. You can't, and no matter what ups and downs they went through, you're like, yeah, but it's this dude. It's going to turn out all right. And then one day you turn around, you go, oh my God, their prime is over already. And no matter how good they were, they didn't do everything that we thought they were going to do. And
Hitchens, Keyshawn, who's more known in boxing? It should be Hitchens. Hitchens been fighting for the longest. He's been around. He's been in the TMT, the money team building for years. He's been around. I didn't see him around Tank for years. I've known who Richardson Hitchens is for a long time, but I don't really know. I can't say. I really think that Richardson Hitchens is the more known fighter. I would say Richardson Hitchens is. Hold up. Salute J Man said we got Shakur saying he the face of boxing and Keyshawn talking like he's been a champion for years. These knuckleheads are delusional. Are you about to love what's about to come next? You about to love it. Salute to you, Blaze. Where you at? There you are. Salute to you. Definitely appreciate you for coming through, King. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get that either. I don't even see Hitchens in interviews like that either. I don't know what he's talking about. This nigga wear matching sweatsuits with his fake brother. That's a fact. He do wear matching sweatsuits though. He wear matching sweatsuits. Brian A. funniest. But he's supporting the brand. You know, when somebody have a fight, the whole team wear it, he's supporting the brand. I think Shakur and Bud supported the DB3 brother sweatsuit. They had like a white one on one day. Keyshawn is right back in the mix with the W on January. Yeah, they want him to be. All he got to do is keep his nose straight and keep winning. They're going to put him in great positions to look good and to sell stuff out, pay for pound for pound salute. In my opinion, Hitchens is the next better version of Haney. Yeah, I can agree with that. We're going to find out. I would love to find out, though. I would love to see them fight, actually. Like, if he go up to 147 and only fight, or just go up to 147 and his first fight is Devin, I'll love it. I'll absolutely love it. If Shakur and Keyshawn win on the 31st, y'all are going to really be annoyed by them. Listen. I want Teal to lose. I want Teal to lose. Like, I'm not, and I see Keyshawn winning a good fight. I don't see it being an easy fight for him to win. I think I'm rooting for. If I would put money on the winners, it would be both of them. Other people might be annoyed though. That's a fact. You could be telling 100% truth. DB3, yeah. Jump Jermaine. Nah, they better not. They better leave that shit alone. They better leave it where it's at. You better leave it where it's at.
So this is, I guess, from me to you or from us to you, hoping that you are someone who really has learned whatever lessons you needed to learn in your maturing process, because talent-wise, we all believe on this show that you can be the next face of boxing.
Sure. Yes. Yep.
Thank y'all.
That's a VA boy right there.
And I ain't gonna let y'all down. Trust me. I'm gonna be, even though I really don't want the attention. I really genuinely don't want the attention, but I'm gonna be the face of boxing because of my talent and because of my charisma. And I do know that. I just gotta stay grounded, stay prayed up, and I'm gonna walk into it. But
right.
I got y'all, man. Don't worry about it. The business is back. It's back.
And so this is, I guess, from me to you or from us to you, hoping that you are someone who really has learned whatever lessons you needed to learn in your maturing process, because talent-wise, we all believe on this show that you can be the next face of boxing.
Sure. Yes. Yep.
Thank y'all.
That's a VA boy right there.
And I ain't gonna let y'all down. Trust me. I'm gonna be, even though I really don't want the attention. I really genuinely don't want the attention, but I'm gonna be the face of boxing because of my talent and because of my charisma. And I do know that. I just gotta stay grounded, stay prayed up, and I'm gonna walk into it. But
right.
I got y'all, man. Don't worry about it. The business is back. It's back and better.
You from my?
If T.O. wins, your pedigree got some painting to do. Oh my God. Yo, listen. We're gonna talk about that fight. That's funny, but we're gonna talk about that fight. Keyshawn strategically duckless. That's his strategic duck list is Devin, Frank Martin, Shakur, De Los Santos, Cruz, and Mason. No way. Starting to get a long grocery list together, claiming all these people are food and no meal cooked yet. Shaking my head. That's a fact, yo. But he called out Devin. He can't be calling out Devin the way he calling out Devin and try to duck Devin. That's dumb. Like, he might as well shut what they call the hell up. Like, for real. I want to see that Frank Martin fight. Nah, bro. The way you was talking about it, I want to see that ish. He ain't going to fight Shakur. Yes, that's not going to happen. Dela said he's not going to revisit the De Los Santos fight. Absolutely not. I don't think he's going to fight Cruz or Heels. He would have already did it. Mason is a toss-up. He might not want to fight Mason either. I don't know about that one. Ha! Who believe that? Salute to you, 2 Cents Boxing. I don't believe that. Them four can believe that he can be the face. He can be a great name. But the people that he got up against him, regardless if he fights Shakur Stevenson or not, he gonna have to see somebody. Unless he come out victorious, looking absolutely great, that's the only way he can become what they're trying to say. And then he still have to have the numbers. He still have to move around and fight more places than his hometown, still be main event, still sell out all the events where he go. He still got to do all those things, be pay-per-view and all of that good shit. None of that stuff has happened. Like, he got a long way to go. A long way to go. You already let us down. Right. I hope Keyshawn is keeping good people around him. Mental behavior issues, health issues are real. That's a damn fact. And I heard he got everybody away from him. I heard he has a new everything, a new team, a new coach, a new trainer, a new everything. I think the only people he kept is his family, his brothers and Shakur and shit. Like, everybody is gone. Like, he got a new, I don't even think he worked with Bomac no more. Hold on, shit. Shakur just hit you with the Destiny swap. Yo, man, that's what I was just. And people are. I'm not trying. People try to shoot the messenger. I'm being, bro. Especially when I played that short. That short was funny, man. And it's real. I'm your hating ass homeboy. Bruh, don't shoot the messenger. That's what the hell it looked like. And people that's been in the situation that Keyshawn is in, like myself, I see it. I see it. That's what's going on. And if that's not what's going on, it's fucking similar. It's parallel like shit. Like everything is matching. Everything is matching up. Max, the worst TV host in boxing. Yeah, I don't like Max Kellerman is trash. Absolute trash. She never gave that man a mic. Salute to Talib Cunningham. What is good with you, Carolina and his bitch? Keyshawn is 13 fights and he's ducking. No, I don't think he's ducking. He said, I think he's trying to say he's going to duck them people. Like, he's not going to fight them people. He can't be dusting them saying he calling out Devin for real. He calling them out. I'm going to wait till the man lie before I call him a liar. I honestly wish Keyshawn the best he just has to fight a couple people that he hasn't been fighting. Yeah, he's been sitting a little bit, but if he fight at 140, his mad name's there. And they're setting him up. I'm telling you, they're setting him up to be in like a title fight very soon. They're going to set him up to be in a title fight. Watch. Makes sense. He is ducking. Who's he ducking right now at this moment? They matching like Diddy and Meek. They matching in clothes. They wear like a singing group. They wear a variation of the same damn thing. Frank BS Keyshawn is fire. Oh shit! I would love to see that fight though, man. That Keyshawn and Frank Martin fight. That is a must see on the card. I think Mason is 21. Go get him while he's still young. Abdullah Mason is getting better and better and better and better and better. He definitely is. The longer they wait, when it come to him, the worse it's going to be. I remember when they used to say that about Devin. Devin used to be like, the longer you wait, the better I'm get. It's facts about Mason, in my opinion. It's absolute facts when it comes to Abdullah Mason. That boy ain't going to do nothing but get better and better. Somebody going to have to see him soon. Frank versus Key is a toss-up. Yeah, I think it's a good fight, man. I think it's a real good fight. Yo, Frank Martin looked devastated in that one. That knockout was nice. That was a real good knockout. I have to admit. You got to know that, like, the way he fought him was the reason why he wasn't moving like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's the same guy that practically, could have went the distance versus Gary Antoine Russell, and I hated that fight. It looked so sloppy. Leave your hometown, dare to be great, and believe in yourself. Keyshawn is only 13 and he'll be fighting names. So I said, I'm gonna give him a chance. It's a lot of wiggle room. It's a lot of names around him. He left Terrence Crawford and Bo Mack. Big mistake. I think it's a mistake if they didn't have anything. I'm more than sure both of them did not like what you did and probably scold you verbally for it. I'm more than sure they gave you a verbal lashing. If not, they minded their business. What's wrong with either one of those? Being the type of personality he has, it seems like he would want everybody to mind their damn business about his mistakes. He knew it was a mistake. He knew he shouldn't have went back there and did what he did. It's no after somebody is still childish or still a little, if they know they made a mistake, they don't want to hear a bunch of people talk to them about it. So did Terrence Crawford and Bo Mack tell you, like, you fucking up? As even if they did that, pat on the back, good for them. You needed to hear it. I think it was a bad look for him to do that. Hold on. I peep it too, Ashley. Jay Prince know what he doing, man. The whole shit. Why is he with Jay? And I when somebody said it, forgive me, I forgot who channel I was looking at. Maybe it was Shawana Allah. I don't know. But they said that Edward De Los Santos is signed to J Prince. I was like, word? What is going on, man? Because to me, it's like when I look at that fight, how can you really judge it to say that Shakur won against Edward De Los Santos? If anything's a draw, that fight is a draw. It was for a vacant title. Like, tell me something. What really happened? It's weird. It's everything's kind of weird. Keyshawn damn near in the same boat as Shushu. What boat is that? What boat is that? What boat is that? Somebody need to slap mains. You need to... Oh my God. The Devin fight is good for him. It'll be great for him. He ducked Santos. Yeah. Okay. I'll give you that. Yep. I give you that one. He came in 4 pounds overweight. I give you that. Just thinking that the dude was going to fight anyway. I give you that one for sure. Keyshawn ducked at 135 smoke. Man, I remember when Tank fought at 130, Leo Santa Cruz, and then he skipped 135. He didn't have one fight officially at 135. He skipped it, went to 140, and fought Mario Barrios. When he did that, Devin Haney was asked, how did Tank look versus Mario Barrios? Because the fight was over. Tank looked great. But when Devin was asked, he said Tank obviously skipped 135 because he knew it was smoke. So with the same Devin logic, if Keyshawn skips 135 or 140, it's because he's skipping and he knows it's smoke. I think that's dumb, by the way. I don't really mean that. But it's different when it comes to Tank. You already know. I've been saying Max Kellerman is a paid for flunky. Boxing, but he will only say what he's paid to say. He do be saying some outlandish shit. He do know boxing, though, because I've heard him say some real shit years ago. Keyshawn's 26 years old. He got to get to it. Yeah, he do got to get to it. 26, damn. He do got to get to it. He strategically ducked that. So he's saying he's going to 47 next. It's heat at 140. It's nice names at 140. We can see what you really about fighting them champions at one. Him versus Sabir Matias, him versus Gay Russell. I would have liked to see him versus Teo for real if Shakur didn't take the fight. Keyshawn duck 140, smoke 247, weak ass division, yo. It is. I got Keyshawn versus Frank. I can't get over Frank fighting so scared against Tank. Man, he was, for real. Frank was really putting them together. Like, y'all need to go back and look at it. Frank was putting it together. I understand he was on the back foot and he was backing up. That's because he ain't dumb. He know that Tank had hand speed and power. He ain't dumb. He put a big ass, red ass bruise on Tank face, though. A lot of fighters don't do that to Tank. A lot of fighters don't damage him at all. Like, look at Tank face for real. He light skinned. He might have a small joint right here. The joint that he had on his face was as big as a baseball after he fought Frank Martin. It was 4 or 5 times the size of most shit after a fight. Like, he was really putting it together on Tank for real. Frank versus Keyshawn will come down to who lands the big shot first. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Frank got dropped from Tank. I never seen him wobble before that. Versus anybody. Keyshawn got wobbled by Adair Albright, somebody that don't have no, like, his knockouts is like 20 or 30% knockout percentage. He got his knees did a little bend when he got hit. This dude having a fight at 40 and moving up to 47, get these overrated weight booties out of the sport. That's a fact, man. It is. For you to skip weight like that, and you 140 came in 4 pounds over. You said to have one for this fight with Ortiz is at 140, right? 140, no catch weight. And then you're saying you're gonna move up and fight Devin Haney, somebody that's big at 147. Okay. I think Keyshawn wasn't listening to Bomac or Bud So they parted ways. Oh, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. Another vacant title Shakur got. Yep, another one. Another one. These niggas be fighting mid fighters and think they're great when they beat them. But if you have Terrence Crawford and Bomac in your corner, you can only win. You will not lose. They're going to take you forward, not in reverse. Yeah, I mean, it could be some hard-headed shit going on. It could have been. They all trying to skip 40. It seemed like nobody's trying to fight the two title holders, Gary Antoine Russell and Sabrina Matias, for real. That dude is so off. Yeah, I don't like Max. Max be tripping. Frank did all right. He did all right. Ain't got no pop for real. Keyshawn, I said it before. I think Keyshawn is falling in love with his power too soon. I said this on 78 Sports. Shout out to 78 Sports TV. I said that on his live when I used to do lives with him like a couple years ago. He's falling in love with his power too quick. I understand you get knockouts, you getting them devastated, whatever the case may be, but it was still your first 10 fights. And history repeats itself when it comes to every fighter that's good or with a name. Your first 10 fights are the guys that's either just got in the sport like you, leaving the sport, or has-beens, like guys that you should win against. They're not going to put nobody hard against you. And you are falling in love with your power then. Like, with you moving up and you fighting Ortiz, let's say you stop Ortiz, which would be very it'll be interesting if you stop Ortiz. That'll be what's up. But that doesn't mean you can stop everybody. It doesn't mean you can keep with that same energy. He backed himself into all four ropes and was shelled up to allow Tank to wind up on him. He looked good in sports. Yeah, he did. But overall, he knew that power was real. That power is real. And, Tank got good feet. He knew what it was. Tank was cutting off the ring. Keyshawn got 9 KOs in 13 fights, but he can't punch. He can punch, but I'm saying he fell in love with his punching power for him to, and I said that when he was talking about fighting Tank. You falling in love with your power too much to be talking like, what Tank gonna do when I hit him? Everybody thinks like that. That's not the way to go into a Tank fight, thinking you're gonna, I'm gonna hit him, I'm gonna hurt him and get him to change. No, you're not gonna do that. A lot of people go in there with that game plan, and a lot of people go into the Tank fight with the wear him down for the first 5 rounds and then tire Tank out, and then we can start getting. No, that's not going. Neither one of that shit going to work. It's either you're gonna be able to take what he's dishing and dish that shit out the entire fight and be better at doing it, or you're not going to win. Like, you don't talk about your power if you want a Tank fight. I don't give a fuck. We done seen him for this. We didn't seen David fight many Goliaths, and Goliaths get knocked the fuck out when it comes to Tank Davis. I don't want to hear about your power. I want to hear about how you're going to beat them. Don't say, "Oh, I'm gonna hit him hard." No, we're not doing that. That's why I said what I said at the time, though. For real. He a prospect. Frank was scared in the ring. In the ring against Tank, he flinched in the ring like he did in the press conference. That shit was funny in the press conference. Keyshawn, he needs to set up those punches, destroy the tree first, then go upstairs. You're correct, Ashley. Salute to you, Jose. Exactly, Ashley. You've been inside my head. How come other people can't see this? Because I think a lot of people, especially brothers, they don't want something like this to be true. But you really ask a man, do they know somebody that did this? Do they know somebody that's like this? They're gonna be like, yeah. So it's not far-fetched that it could be happening right now. That's y'all could be witnessing that shit, but y'all just don't want to believe it because everything's going good right now. Everything cool when it ain't happening to you. No bull. Most of Keyshawn fights was against dudes coming down in weight or too much overweight to fight like Lemos. Keyshawn ain't stopping Ortiz. No, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Just trying to make a point. When he step up his competition, those KOs gonna stop. What Keyshawn does against Ortiz will answer some of my questions. Yeah. I think it's gonna be a good one. I think it's gonna be a good fight. But he might have some more power at 140 and 147. He better. Absolutely, he better have more power at the weight classes for real talk. Keyshawn not good as y'all think. Ooh, we finna find out. We finna find out one more time. Let you know what they told this man at his last exclusive interview with the great Max Kellerman.
This is, I guess, from me to you or from us to you, hoping that you are someone who really has learned whatever lessons you needed to learn in your maturing process, because talent-wise, we all believe on this show that you can be the next face of boxing.
Sure. Yes.
Yep. Thank y'all.
That's a VA boy right there.
And I ain't gonna let y'all down. Trust me. I'm gonna be, even though I don't really I really don't want the attention. I really genuinely don't want the attention, but I'm gonna be the face of boxing because of my talent and because of my charisma. And I do know that.
Yo, I'm sorry. How y'all think Shakur felt about that? In his interview, he had to force him being the face of boxing onto the guy Najee from Shakur Talk. He had to force it on him. He's forcing it on us. Keyshawn was told by 4 men just now that he will be the face of boxing. I bet you that shit didn't feel good to Keyshawn.
Just gotta stay grounded, stay prayed up, and I'm gonna walk into it. But
that's right.
I got y'all, man. Don't worry about it. The businessman's back. He's back and better.
You from Michael Vick's hood, and you from Allen Iverson. They both been through stuff, and you see how their career turned out. You good, dog.
Purnell Whitaker's hood too. Purnell Whitaker's hood too.
You good, dog. You good.
Purnell, you said the magic word.
All right, I had to pause that to say Allen Iverson and Vic or whatever, they made money and got into trouble. You understand what let me say that again. They made money and got into trouble. They wasn't in much trouble that they didn't force upon themselves, that they didn't purposely break the law and go do. Let me say that. Number one. Number two, I understand they're from the same area, but areas change. Back then, there was something. Now, they're not. They were back then when Mike Vick was young growing up. Iverson was young growing up. His area wasn't the same that it was when he was growing up. Okay.
Purnell Whitaker.
Max work
Oh, yeah, that's that dude.
And I'm not trying to disrespect or nothing. I'm just saying that to further the point that I made before they made that comment, that his area ain't the same as the boroughs in New York. I think he's from the Bronx or Brooklyn, Richardson Hitchens. It's not the same. It's just not. Okay. And Keyshawn said we're from the same area, talking about Richardson Hitchens. No, you're not.
Me too.
Who?
Shouts out Allen Iverson for sure.
Hey, all right, listen. Thank you.
Now he's thanking people. Let me get this out of here. He's thanking people because he excuse me, Jesus. My bad. He's thanking people because those are the people that called him after he went through what he went through with boxing or whatnot or whatever. People that don't even know this man, never had a conversation with him or nothing, is calling him, saying, trying to give him words of encouragement and this, that, and the third. This is the same stuff that Shakur does that made him such a good friend. That's why he won't fight him. I just had to say it. I had to say that. Where people that don't know him, strangers, are doing the same thing that got him and Shakur close. The fact that Shakur kept calling him and making sure that he was doing good is the reason why they brothers and they're not going to fight each other. Same thing as Allen Iverson and everybody else that called your ass. Is there a big difference? Really? Let me go back up. Who's hyping Keyshawn? I think Keyshawn will stop Ortiz. We're gonna see what's good. We definitely gonna see what's good. Everybody that is just basic boxing. How do you make a boxer weaker? Destroy his stomach. His hands go down. Yeah, hands down, man down. Hold on. Keyshawn is Keyshawn. We're all waiting to see what he does against elite competition. Yep, I am. That's a fact. Been tricking a boxing game for too long. That's a fact, Mark. You're tricking the boxing game for too long. Yeah. Yeah, game one. Yeah. Salute to you. The face of boxing. I think Keyshawn just has fans that's rooting for success. Yeah, I'm rooting for him too, but he needs to stop talking the way he's talking for real. He need to stop that. You know, stop acting like Richardson Hitchens did something so bad to make you tell him that he's smelling himself and he need to chill and be more respectful. Like, come on, bro. Somebody told him to keep saying this. But school of sensitivity, but you're right, through a career, maneuvering through a career. Nobody never told Shakur he would be the face. Even back then, no. Nobody ever said that shit. He forced everything. Like Chris, I'm sorry. That's not true. He forced everything, though. He forced everything. Michael Vick wasn't even there. He's saying that Michael Vick. They're saying Michael Vick is from the same area that Keyshawn is. I don't even know if he called him or not, but they saying Allen Iverson called him to, try to say he's doing good or whatever. He just sent from Brooklyn. Oh man. Bud is the mastermind of becoming undisputed across 5 weight divisions, choosing his victims wisely and washing all of them. Or he could just be great. Yeah. Allen Iverson showed up to fight, and I was there. Yo, another thing about VA, because I've been to the arena that he fights in. I went to a Keyshawn fight. I believe the very first one he had. I went there. I like how the arena's set up. I can't front. When you walk around, when you're like where the concessions be at or whatever, where the alcohol, where they sell alcohol, this is only in one part. Okay, it's not a bunch of areas, but it's only on one part. Across from the alcohol is an outdoor area, not really sitting. They have like standing tables you can stand at or whatever and take your alcohol outside and you can smoke. You understand me? It smelled right there, real funny. Smelled really funny right there when you walk past it. But it was like it's big. It's a big outdoor area and it's all closed in. So you can go outside only if you already have tickets that's in the building. You outside, you ain't getting through where the closed in area is. But I like it. It's cool. But I want to say this. In that area in Virginia, it ain't shit to do. You hear me? I think it's a Busch Gardens down there or something like that. That shit is like an hour or two away from the arena. It ain't nothing to do down there. I will not be surprised if he don't sell out every fight he has in VA, in Norfolk, Virginia. My cousin graduated from Norfolk State. I think their colors is green and yellow. It ain't nothing to do out there. I won't be surprised if he don't sell out all the time. All the time. And all the people that lives in that area or from that area, all the names and celebrities, they're going to go to the fight because it ain't nothing to do. They're going to go to the fight, see who they can see, flaunt their shit, they jury and all that. They're going to go to the fight. Currently living in New Jersey. Oh, yeah. That's where he at. Keyshawn gives me younger Broner vibes. No, hope not. The two don't have to be synonymous. However, greatness and cherry picking can both exist. Yeah, both can be true. I need to put that on a shirt. Both can be true. Exactly. That's all it takes to be close to Keyshawn. He easy. That's crazy. So Bud is a cherry picker and no one ducking him either. You got to be talking to somebody else in the chat. Bucky Butter. Bucky Buddy Barnes, aka the Black Winter Soldier. The chicken gave it too long. Salute to you, Juke. What is good with you, Queen? Norfolk, Virginia. Yeah, Norfolk. That's what it is. Norfolk State. Keyshawn had it on lock. He fucked it up. Yeah, he had the boxing game. He really did. I think he can still do his thing. Like if he really move up to 140 and fight and get a Devin Haney fight, bro, all eyes on him. Like Tupac. No bull. That's that Kush, right? It smelled good. Kiki time to shine, and he fumbled the whole bag. Yeah, he fumbled it. They're gonna give him chance after chance. You know what it is. Lomachenko gone. Yo, he's with Top Rank. Top Rank don't got nobody for real. Who Top Rank got that they trying to push? They're not trying to push nobody. I live in Virginia. It ain't a fucking thing to do out there. I ain't telling no lies, 2 cents. I don't lie about stuff that don't matter. I don't live in Virginia. It's facts. It ain't nothing to do out there. They're going to go to all the fights. In New Jersey now, he actually spars with Keith Cole. Yes, what's up? I heard that. And Josiah Kilpatrick, he fight with them too. With Richardson Hitchens too. I know what you meant, man. I know what you meant. Knock, knock. If Keyshawn fights who he's supposed to fight, he'll fighting in Dubai and in Vegas. Yeah. I really wanted to see Keyshawn at 140 so he can fight Frank Martin and Teo. 140 could have been the premier. 140 is a good division, and you're gonna be put to the test in that division. You gotta have some nuts to stay at 140, in my opinion. And he don't want to be there. I want to see that Frank Martin fight so bad. And he was trying to get the Teo fight until Shakur stepped in. And actually, Bud helped him. Take the Teo fight. Real talk. Remember when Bud was standing next to Keyshawn? Was standing next to Shakur, and both of them had the DB3 white hoodie, white sweatsuits on, and the right one was in red. Shakur had his hood up, not really wanting to look at the camera, biting his lip. Somebody walked up and asked him, like the door is closing quickly, is either going to be you or Keyshawn that's going to get the Tank fight. And Bud was like, big bro first, big brother first. So when he kept saying that he wanted to fight Teo, and then Teo put interest into the fight with Keyshawn ringside by saying you might be next, Shakur came out of nowhere with the blitz. Stealth. You hear me? Stealth. Bud after beating Canelo and all eyes on him on the stage, Shakur was standing next to him, and Bud was like, why don't you fight Teo? Teo, why don't you fight Shakur? Da, 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 da. That was the tear. That was the rip that he took his opportunity and took while Keyshawn was on the shelf or whatever for doing whatever he did. They're doing whatever he did. Everyone knows 147 is now the weakest division, so it makes sense Keyshawn wants to move up. Man, I would love to see him versus Devin. I'm not even joking. I would love to see that fight. That's when Shakur looked like He wanted to cry, hating ass. Yo, when he was standing there in that white set, I was like, yo, why is he looking like that? And he was looking off and shit. I was like, yo, what is up with that? And why Keyshawn cool with it? Yo, that's what I don't like. That's the part I don't like about this whole friendship, bromance shit. The Teo fight, yeah, he been wanting the Teo fight for a little minute. Hold on. All right, let's talk about this Shakur versus Teo. Let's talk about this real quick before I get on up out of here. The fights start at 7:30, I believe, Eastern time. For anybody who doesn't know, you still have a little bit under 2 hours before the main event card starts. I believe you have to pay for this. I got you, J-Man. You have to pay for this. I believe this is in Puerto Rico, the whole card. You're going to have to pay for the Teo fight versus Shakur. I believe that's going to be a pay-per-view event. First time that Shakur is headlining a pay-per-view event. If I was Keyshawn, I'd be wary of the entire clique. 140 was Keyshawn to try to take over. 135 got enough talent for Shakur to do his thing. Yeah. Yep. Keyshawn is young and naive, in my honest opinion. Mentally, he's young. Shakur, fake ass dude. I'm your hating ass homeboy. Actually, notice nobody at 147 is calling out Karen. Nobody. He don't exist. I think Karen is probably the best at 147. He's top 3, in my opinion. You can't tell me nothing. He only lost to Boots. And he fought 2 different styles and looked good in both of them. He didn't get dropped or stopped either fight. He was standing in front of that dude the second fight. Karen a beast, in my opinion. Somebody got to do something. Somebody got to tell me something different. They got to fight him. But there's no answer for Shakur inside that square circle. I think he needs to fight better competition. Like when it came to Shakur Stevenson and he fought Kunta, which is Nakatilia, he said after the fight he got hit with something he didn't like. That's why he couldn't step it up. And everybody during the fight, his mentor during the fight was on the mic. Andre Ward saying that he need to step it up. Tim was saying he need to step it up. They were speaking bad about Shakur because he did not. They spoke to Bud on the side. They spoke to that he was supposed to step it up and he didn't. And his reason why outside the ring is because he got hit with something he didn't like. So I don't know. I think Shakur rather run around the ring than be in a tough fight because he don't want to get hit that bad. That's the sucky thing about us having to watch it because he gets paid a lot of money to do that shit. And like Blair Cobb said, he can do that shit easy. He can, every time somebody run, every time somebody jump, take a hop back. Every time somebody flinch, take hop back. The entire fight. Like, a lot of fighters can do that. It'll be boring and shit. Let's just be real. They probably throwing a bunch of money at Keyshawn. Oh, that's a fact. I know they throwing a lot of bread. Keyshawn is young, native. Shouldn't his team be telling him how to act correctly? I don't think they listen. I don't think he's listening to shit. Just like you remember after Shakur fought somebody, Bud was in the back trying to tell him about it, and he just had an excuse real quick, one after other, to Bud about after the fight. I was like, damn, listen to what the man's saying. Bud fake too. Keyshawn is the stablemate, but Bud pushing fights for Shakur over Keyshawn. Helping him steal fights from Keyshawn. Shakur continues to underperform. Take a step back, but you must reset. Yeah. Shakur might continue to underperform, but he's not losing anytime soon. Yeah, that brings me to the last topic that we're going to be talking about, and that is Teo versus Shakur Stevenson. Now, on the thumbnail, I put the odds. The odds is for Shakur to win this fight. Teo was like a plus 250 or something like that to win this fight. I do agree with what was said that Teo does the best when he's the underdog. That is true. That is damn true. The fights that he was pumped up, big-headed like that, for sure. He was the biggest, most pumped-headed against the fight he lost. Kambosos. If y'all remember, like he was taking his shirt off during press conferences and all that. Like if y'all remember how he was acting versus Kambosos in the lead up to that fight, bro, like that energy is the energy we see the sorry Teo. We see the sorry Teo. You know what I mean? Regardless of the things that they said was wrong with him during that fight or the things that his father told him during that fight. Like regardless of all of that, he's the underdog in this fight. And we're talking about a guy that I think both of these fighters watched each other extensively. I remember back, 4 or 5 years ago, before Teo was anybody, Shakur in Africa called him Gordo. They had a nickname for him. They was talking like he was the bee's knees, like he was the truth. They was giving him verbal respect while shitting on Rolly Romero that was sitting right next to him. Sitting right next to Teo. They was shitting on Rolly, giving Teo respect. I seen it multiple times in lives on IG. That's what they were doing. So I'm more than sure they know. I'm more than sure he's watched Teo's movements and how he fight and vice versa. I don't think they've sparred each other. Well, no, yes, they did. They sparred each other because they leaked it. And I heard the sparring was short. It was only a couple rounds. But I have to say, I went back and I watched his last fight. I went back and watched Teo's last fight with Arnold Barboza. And if Teo goes to fight, if Teo comes in the fight and fights Shakur the way he fought Arnold Barboza, Shakur might get his ass beat. There, I said it. I got to keep it real. Without the bias, I know I don't like Teo. Not a big fan of Shakur no more. I like Shakur, but I want Teo to lose. I don't like Teo. Way more than I don't like Shakur. But to keep it real, like, yeah, I was saying this whole time, Shakur, but that's because of me not liking Teo and Teo looking like trash in certain fights and Teo ducking a bunch of fighters. Like, bruh. I think when I looked at even if you could go back and look at the highlights, you don't even have to go back and look at the whole fight with Arnold Barboza and Teo. But when you go back and look at that fight, man, he was coming forward and throwing punches. He was coming forward, and Arnold Barboza was throwing punches. He was doing like this, blocking in between and shit, like he was hitting the pads. Like he was doing workouts. From the outside, he threw a 1-2 a couple of times in that fight and almost dropped Barboza. If the right hand comes sneaking through and hits Shakur on that chinny chin, I'm not going to be surprised if Shakur want to be on the ropes for the ropes to support him, if you understand what I'm saying. Like he was on the ropes and the ropes supported him when he fought Cepeda. This fight is only boring if Shakur is afraid to engage, hopping back anytime Teo does anything, Shakur's only looking for the counter. And I'm saying I'm putting it all on Shakur because Shakur's moving up in weight and trying to beat the champion. We've never held him to the grace that you got to beat the champion. Besides, when he fought Oscar Valdez and Jamel Herring, two guys that didn't want to fight his ass. That was kind of scared. We're not talking about those guys. If Teo goes in this fight, the same guy that just had a fight versus Barbosa, this ain't the same. Teo just had a year off after Claggett. He had a year off, and then he fought Barbosa, which a lot of people were saying that he didn't want to fight Barbosa. His energy was whack. Every time Barbosa cornered his ass in the hallway and they picked it up on, it was whack. He looked scared and all that shit. Barbosa wasn't a shot fighter. He just looked like trash in there versus Teo because Teo was banging his ass. Teo was really getting to him. Like Teo was getting to him in that fight. That's why he didn't look like himself. When Teo's on his game, he freezes up Lomachenko, like his dad says. When Teo on his game, he looked good. I can see why he got the nickname. In all seriousness, Teo know what this is. Teo know a lot of people don't like him. In all seriousness, if Teo beats Shakur, what does that mean? We're talking about him taking the shine from Keyshawn. I'm talking about Keyshawn moving up and fighting Devin. He'll surpass Shakur and all that. The plan backfires if he gets his ass beat. Teo, at one point in time, was considered a knockout artist. When was Shakur considered a knockout artist? No hate, not being biased. I don't even like Teo. But I'm not going to sit here and not keep it real. Do you understand? Go back and look at that fight. It seemed like we've seen Shakur at his best. It seems like the last fight that Teo had versus Barbosa, we didn't even know that he could fight that good coming forward. That was a first. Not to say Barbosa is the greatest boxer, put together the greatest combinations with the greatest hand speed, but we definitely seen something different. The best we've seen versus Shakur was against fighters that didn't want to be in there with him. Shakur's last fight versus Cepeda, he said he's never fighting like that again. What happens? If Teo go in this joint and come forward and be defensive, have his little beast, feel comfortable in the ring, have his defense down with his little slickness, and do something that nobody did to Shakur and outpoint him boxing. I remember Shakur said, I'm going to be the one to beat Tank. I'm going to be the one to outbox him, and he going to know he losing and it's going to fuck with his heart. How about if that happens when he fights Teo? And Teo make him do that, make him feel like that. And he get outboxed by Teo. Shakur is not the fighter that throws a lot of punches around. Teo isn't either, but Teo hits harder. Teo don't have no hand problems. Teo was the person in the bigger weight class first. He's used to this weight class. No bias. I don't even like Teo. But he can go in there and actually beat Shakur Stevenson. All the hype around Shakur Stevenson, it's kind of like beating Devin Haney. Am I wrong? When you look at the whole fight, just on the outside looking in, everybody says Shakur is supposed to win. You can AI right now. AI would tell you Shakur is supposed to win. Because that's what everybody's saying. That's what all the pros and experts are saying. Shakur is supposed to win. Even some professionals said Shakur is supposed to win on paper. Paulie said it. Even Shakur is supposed to win on paper, but it can be like Teo can win. Why? Why is he made to win on paper? Just because Teo has one loss? Is it the accolades? That dirty word accolades? Is that what it is? Why is he the underdog? Why is Teo the underdog right now? Is it because they don't like Teo? They want Shakur to win? Teo's been talking like he's soft. His energy looks soft when he around Shakur, but then I had to look at it again. I had to think about it. And I think he think the odds is up against him. That's why he's talking like that. He was talking like that when he was about to fight Josh Taylor. Do y'all remember that? And I was like, yo, I don't like the way he's talking. I don't like his body language. I don't like nothing. Now he sound crazy. That's why I said he was going to lose versus Josh Taylor. Not because Josh Taylor was so great. It's because Teo was talking like a soft little hoe. Real talk. That's what he's talking right now versus Shakur. That's what I see. I don't think he got the mind to say, do I still got it right now? I think he is focused right now. I think Teo focused, and I think all the bad stuff and negative things he said about black people, Top Rank keeping the black people, all the racist things and slurs that he said, all the trying to be part of giving somebody watermelon and bananas, Keyshawn Davis or something like that, all of this shit, him saying that the gay stuff, the homo stuff about other men's lips, all of it. It don't matter if he go in there and beat Shakur. Ain't nobody gonna talk about nothing besides the night he beat Shakur's ass. Tell me I'm wrong. That's what I got to say about the fight. That's what I got to say about the fight. I remember that he wasn't listening to Bud or Moses that night. He didn't like that. They was telling him right. Bud got on Shakur about that Artem fight. Yeah, is that what it was? It was the Artem fight. That's what fight it was. You can underperform if you want and continue to win, but you can't expect to do both and remain a main event fighter. That's a fact. An undefeated record is good, but if it supersedes your ability to sell out the ring, it would explain why other fighters are considered the face and you not. Shakur sparred everybody. Yeah, man. And then he's trying to sit there and say that he can't be friends with nobody after he fight him. Bro, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here with that shit. Yeah, Teo goofy. Bruh. Salute to you, Tay Brown, the real queen of MMA is in the building. What is good with you, queen? Definitely appreciate you for coming through. Happy New Year. Teo chose Shakur for a reason. Yo, hey, bruh. I'm just looking at it different. I don't like Teo either, but I do see ways Teo can beat Shakur. I'm glad you're pointing out how sharp Teo looked in his last fight. He's showing up to win. And hopefully, look, and I'm never the type that want to down a fighter because I don't like another fighter. I might have a little bias about who's going to win, but I'm not going to down him. If he good, he good. If he good, he good. Teo looked good in his last fight. I didn't really get to see the whole fight, so I went and watched it. Today. If he's sharp and he putting them together, no one punches, and the 1-2 is only from the outside, and it's only to confuse with the jab and land the right. Don't try to land both punches, Teo. And when it comes to them combinations, 3 punches or more. He ain't gonna do nothing with 3 punches or more. You ain't Zepeda. And when you look at Zepeda, everybody act like he had power or whatever. To be for real, yo, if you got power, everybody should be knocked out, sleep drooling when you fight them, because you hit people a lot. The accumulation of punches is why he get people out of there. Zepeda didn't really have pop like that. And a jab knocked Shakur off balance when the rope supported him. So, I mean, Teo is somebody he one punch knocked out Richard Coleman. And then Lomo fought him, 2 years after that? 3 years after that? And couldn't even get him out of there? Let's just be real. Teo got some pop. He hasn't had that real pop since he's been at 140. But we talking about Shakur. Shakur haven't fought nobody with no 140 pop. And just because you go up in weight don't mean your chin gets stronger. That shit don't mean nothing. Teo really is somebody that even when he get hit hard, he still don't back out. This is somebody that can frustrate Teo. I don't think Shakur can really hurt him like that. Even when he got dropped by Kambosos, it wasn't pain. Like, he wasn't dazed. The punch hurt, yeah, but he got up absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. He got up. He wasn't dazed, knees wasn't shaking, none of that. And it wasn't the first time he got dropped. Like, Teo be getting dropped, them quick joints. He be getting flash knockdowns. He be getting those. He get dropped a lot. Shakur, that's probably the best he can do besides winning the fight is drop Teo. Shit, you got Sandor Martin did it twice. Dropped him twice in the fight that they actually called droppage. I think he dropped him more than that. They didn't call it a knockdown. The problem Teo has is Shakur manages range. Yeah, he does. He do the range better than Barbosa's. But that's why he was firing from the outside, and I think that's why, because he could with Barbosa. When you look at him, when he fought Claggett, I'm going to go back and watch the Claggett fight and see how much Teo was really fighting on the inside, because that's all Claggett was doing. Shakur don't get caught on them ropes, move. And finna be a counter punch and sleep fast. Hopefully not, man. That's the only way the fight is born, Brian King Foden. He has to engage to make sure he gets to win. If Teo tries to box with Shakur, he will lose. What happens if Teo beats Shakur? Hey, Teo do be looking low energy on the build-ups to his fights. Facts, yo. I'm telling you, oh my God, if Teo was to find a way to beat Shakur, I would probably cry. Losing isn't that bad, but to Teo race his ass, Teo power stayed 135. It seemed like it did. I'm about to rewatch Teo versus. Go ahead, watch that joint, Queen. It's good stuff. I don't think Teo was that good on the front foot, so I need to review. He's not great on the front foot, but he don't fight on the front foot. He usually sucks on the front foot. The fact that he did it and it worked and it looked good and he was landing, it was noticeable in the last fight. Shakur never fought a skilled fighter. Shakur gonna be way bigger than Teo. Watch. Oh, I'm waiting to see that. When you remember what he say, 2 cents? I'm a small guy. I'm a small guy. I'm not that big in the first place. I'm a small guy. Have a great night, everybody. Barbecue time. Salute to you, Jose. Definitely appreciate you for coming through. Hold up. And now that I'm thinking about it, Teo was first a lot with Lomo. It's how he kept Lomo on the back foot, which Lomo can't do well either. It's the body shots. I think it's because he was throwing more than one shot and it was always to the body. And it looked like Lomo was scared of the power immediately, right when the fight happened with Teo. But seeing that after the fight, he really went through surgery, maybe, that had a lot to do with the way Lomo fought. I think folks get stuck on Floyd comparisons, yeah. But he do that to himself. He purposely started comparing himself to Floyd when he was at 126, when he was at 130. That's when it happened. And the people that commentate and put events together that work for Top Rank, they were pushing that shit on the mic before he even took the stage to fight. They were pushing that shit. I remember so much it made Andre Ward mad. That's probably why he don't commentate no more. Because he said it. He was like, I don't think it's fair to compare their opponents and their resume. Because it's not fair. Shit. The people that Floyd fought, all of them are better than the people that's on Shakur's resume. It's not fair. Salute to you, Shell. What is good with you, King? Definitely appreciate you for coming through. T only takes fights he thinks he can win. I think he saw something in that. It's a pay to fight. That's the only way I can explain him taking a fight. Man, he probably not just thinking about him having his hands being shit. Rolly and Teal always talked about how Shakur can't punch. Like they've always talked about that shit. So that probably got a lot to do with it too. Teal absolutely played possum with Josh Taylor. Let Josh be first to counter him to hell. Hope it's a good fight, no matter who wins. Corner Bouse in the building. Mike Biggs. Shakur said he made the fight. See, it make it look worse. Nobody fought but your own. You took that, Keyshawn. Keyshawn allowed you to do the shit. I think Shakur should be the favorite based on consistency. Shakur will also be the bigger person. He is the favorite. He's plus 250. I mean, he's minus something. Teal's plus 250. Shakur's minus 1 something or 2 something. So he is. Shakur better not let Teal get comfortable. That would be the start of it, the start of the end, the beginning of the end, right there. Too damn comfortable in the ring with your ass. Starting to move around and get in this groove. It's gonna look bad. Anything that he do to him to make Shakur look bad is something that we haven't seen as a situation we haven't seen Shakur in much. Anything. Shakur gonna be 165 in that ring. He could be, facts. It could be. T.O. is a gritty fighter. I need Shakur to win. I need Tank to be the one to take that. Oh, that's how he feel about Tank, right? Shit, the feeling gotta be mutual. Shakur Capper talking about he a small guy. Right, that's what he was saying, man. Shakur been big. Do you understand me? His growth spurt was at 130. He been big. Real talk. Shakur will definitely be the bigger guy. It's 6:15. I believe there's a I know the fights is going on, but there's a NFL game going on right now. I can't remember who it is. I think it was like Tampa Bay and the Panthers. And yes, I watched football. I was about to call this motherfucker. I was about to call the fight. To call the daggone game. But there's another one at 8, I believe, or 8:30 or something like that. The main event starts at 7:30 on the Zone. It's going to be taking place in Puerto Rico. Oh, I believe this is a MVP event. The whole main event, I believe, is 4 fights long. It's all girls card. It's an all girls card on pay-per-view on the Zone. Don't miss it. And this fight's been I think the prelim started at 2:30, and it's been going this whole time or whatever. You got like an hour before shit gets cracking with the main event. And hold up. The key to Shakur having success is that he has to use his jab, feint, and strike Shakur. And strike, you mean T.O. when he's shelling up, and then take angles to get out the way. Being that Shakur seems like he don't really go with his team game plan. He has his own game plan for how he's going to fight the fight. I believe he'll have A, B, and C options open to get the win. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying T.O.'s not going to be an easy out in this fight, and he knows what's stacked against him. I don't care that is Shakur Stevenson. Being that he's moving up and fighting you for the first time, T.O. is the same guy that was acting like he was going to fight Terrence Crawford all the way past him beating Canelo. That's why he was in the press conference talking all loud and shit to Bud, and then Bud was like, "Fight Shakur." Bro, this is the same guy that was acting like he was going to fight Boots. You cannot let Shakur move up and beat you. Tampa is up on Panthers 13-7. Okay, bet. Salute to everybody that came in the building. Salute. I'm finna get on up out of here and enjoy the rest of my Saturday. We got still got fights. We got football games. Hopefully 2026 will be a blessing for all of you. That's a fact. The last thing he want to do is lose. Be a blessing to all of you. Salute to everybody that came in the building. Please hit that like button and share the channel. I need more subs. Need more subs, bro. I need more subs. Been at this for a minute. You feel me? When I started, you needed 2,000 subs before you got monetized. It's been a minute. You feel me? Trying to get up there. But salute to everybody in the building. Thank you for your continued support. Salute to everybody that gave a super chat, everybody that hit that like button, everybody that's going to hear this on the replay. Peace, love, and soul. I'm out. See you next.